The 2022 dunk contest was so terrible that people said they should just stop having it. Yalen Green tried to dunk with a phone hanging around his neck, but after missing 8 times in a row, he had to take it off. It was so bad. It's one of the few times that I think was actually hard to watch. That's how awful it was. But the NBA has never actually stopped having the contest before. In 1997, Kobe became the youngest winner ever at 18 years old. But Michael Finley tried an embarrassing cartwheel dunk that made them try a WNBA event instead. But at least they had Kobe. This year we have Mac McClung from the G-League. What happened? Back in the old days, the best dunkers used to compete. Michael Jordan's most famous picture isn't from a regular game, it's from the dunk contest. The competition was even won by a 5'7" guy named Spud Webb who beat the best dunker alive. Vince Carter brought the dunk contest back to life in 2000, but Aaron Gordon got cheated after doing the best dunk of all time. One way to fix this is to have professional dunkers compete, like this guy who left Gary Payton with his mouth wide open. But we all want to see the biggest NBA stars. Ja Morant actually said what it would take for him to show up. So why don't the stars compete? And what would it take to fix that? Dunking actually used to be against the rules starting in 1967. Lou Wilkes, also known as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, was so good that the NCAA made dunking illegal for 10 years. It actually made Kareem create the skyhook shot, which he used to score the most points ever, but dunking was seen as a cheap circus trick until the ABA had the first dunk contest in 1976. Dr. J had his famous free throw line dunk and an amazing double clutch dunk at the end to win it. But the first NBA contest was in 1984 and Larry Nance won by throwing down a sick 2-ball dunk. But back then, the best dunkers competed, and in 1986, everyone thought Michael Jordan and Dominique Wilkins would face off. But a 5'7" rookie named Webb crashed the finals. But first, we have a lot of fun with our sponsor Prize Picks this NBA season. But if you have not played, use the promo code, of course, but also you should play for these NFL playoffs because right now they have something called the NFL Reboot. Let's be honest about the NFL. There's a lot of injuries. The injury rate is actually 100% and Prize Picks knows this. So if you pick a player and you pick more on his prediction, if that player gets hurt in the first half and doesn't return for the second half, you get your money back. But since we love the NBA, let me share with you our picks for today. First up, I'm going with Christian Wood fantasy points. He has been amazing recently. And then Andrew Nembhard, who is a really underrated rookie for the Pacers, his fantasy points as well. And I'm going more and more. Hopefully they come through for us. But it's guaranteed to be fun. So enter the promo code AMHOOPS and you get a 100% deposit match bonus up to $100. Thanks to Prize Picks, Spud hit back-to-back 50-point dunks on a 360 without being able to grab on the ball and a bounce off the floor and then the backboard. The real MJ final came in 1988, but you won't see it on The Last Dance because it was a stain on MJ's legacy. Nick starts the final with an off-the-backboard dunk that got a 50 because he was so far from the basket. Jordan responded with a double clutch reverse with his head at the rim for a 50. Then Nick did an off full extension windmill from the side. Another 50? MJ's second dunk was a figure 8 that you can only really see in slow motion. It changes directions 2 times in midair with the two-handed slam. The judges gave that a 47. The contest was in Chicago, so the fans were upset. Nick could win with a 48 on his final dunk. He goes first with a two-hand windmill with his head above the rim. But the judge gave it a 45. Even the fans in Chicago knew that was unfair. So Mike could win with something special. He took off from the other side of the court for a free throw line dunk and missed. Back then you only got 2 tries. So it all came down to one dunk. That dunk was MJ's most famous photo, but Nick got cheated. After that, the best dunkers mostly started to sit out. They already knew who the best performer was and everything had already been done. By 1997, it got so bad they got rid of the dunk contest. The one good dunker was Kobe Bryant. Kobe had actually won a dunk contest in high school, but he wanted to win in the league. Like his idol, MJ. Kobe owned the competition with the swagger of a rookie. But the first round scores were awful, all but one dunk in the 30s. This was bad, but in the final round, Kobe started with a great between the legs dunk that got everyone excited, including his prom date Brandy for a 49. So Michael Finley had to step up. He tried a cartwheel dunk that didn't even make it. That could be the worst dunk I've ever seen in a dunk contest. Next up is Kobe, who misses a bit. And Chris Carr did a basic dunk that didn't beat Kobe's 49, so Kobe won on a miss. The NBA replaced the dunk contest with the 2-ball challenge, where a WNBA and NBA player would rebound for each other. They would try to hit shots around the court with different point values. But in 1999, Commissioner David Stern made a shocking announcement. The dunk contest was back. A young group of players who grew up on the competition were led by the best in-game dunker, Vince Carter. This would be like having Ja Morant in the dunk contest now. If he failed, the contest may be gone forever. So Star stood up waiting to see what VC would do for his first dunk. To this day, one of the best dunks ever. No props, all skill, all style. Vince also did the famous Armin the Ream dunk and single-handedly brought the dunk contest back to life. After that, we saw stars get creative, like Amare Stoudemire's famous dunk after Steve Nash headed it like a soccer ball, Dwight Howard's Superman throwdown dunk, or Blake Griffin jumping over a Kier. But controversy destroyed the contest again when Aaron Gordon got cheated. LaVine won in 2015 with his epic Space Jam dunk. But Gordon brought the fire in the 2016 final. His first dunk had his mascot on a hoverboard. He timed it perfectly to windmill with his hand behind his head. Skill and creativity. The crowd reaction was like a Vince Carter dunk. Gordon got a 50. But so did Zach LaVine, who did a windmill but no mascot and not behind the head. The score made no sense. But Gordon's second dunk was maybe the best of all time. His famous under the legs dunk, which looks impossible in slow motion. No doubt, perfect 50. But somehow Zach LaVine got the same score. Yes, it was a free throw line windmill, but his foot was way beyond the free throw line. Aaron Gordon's final dunk was a reverse double clutch that got a 47, so the door was open for LaVine to win. He did another fake free throw line dunk, this time between the legs, but got a 50. Gordon also got screwed in 2020 when he threw down over tackle fall. The judges agreed to end the contest on a tie, but Dwyane Wade went rogue and gave the trophy to his teammate, Derrick Jones. People started to wonder, if the best dunker doesn't win, what's the point of even watching? Ja Morant said the #1 way to fix the dunk contest is to increase the prize money $1 million. Until then, I'll be watching and just sending my tweets out for the judging and stuff. Yes, The judging sucks. That's also part of this. In 2013, LeBron said he was tempted when Magic Johnson teased a $1 million prize, but for now, it's just $50,000. Guys aren't going to be known as just a dunker or a risk injury for $50K. So the only way to see Ya Zion or Anthony Edwards is to pay $1 million. Until then, the dunk contest is officially dead again. The three-point contest is always fun with Steph or Clay, but if Draymond leaves the Warriors, it won't feel the same. And Dre actually threatened to leave recently. This could be their last season together. Check it out.